Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. We are talking about this man right here, the franchise quarterback for the New York Giants, Mr. Jackson Dart. Now, before we're going to get into a bunch of these different clips, I'm sure you guys have already seen this. This is beautiful. I mean, this is pretty much a work of art. It's 3rd and 5. It's preseason. Jackson was in, pretty much kind of at this point one full quarter of play here, and you can tell. We'll show you a different angle later on in the video, but he has hands in his face. He is actually about to get literally pummeled, and it's funny because that's the joke with Jackson Dart, even back to his Ole Miss days, where it's like, get a hand in his face and he's about to do something insane. But this is just such a great way to start off your NFL career. I was gonna say it reminds me of Bo Nix, not necessarily from like playing styles as far as like, oh, look at the footwork here, and look at the look at the ball right there, his arm talent, blah blah blah. That's not what I'm trying to say. I'm not trying to get too nerdy here. What I am trying to say is his grit, his demeanor, the chip on his shoulder, the ballsiness he has, his decision making. It's just so poised, if that's a good way to put it. He's just poised. And we're going to go through a bunch of him, Abdul Carter, Fedoni. We're going to go through a bunch of Giants clips. So let's get into it. All right, guys, we got Abdul Carter here. He's lined up right here. Now, he had an insane day. It's actually kind of crazy he was not the #1 overall draft pick, and that has nothing to do with Cam Ward, because I think he's going to be super successful as an NFL quarterback. Also has nothing to do really with Travis Hunter. I think Abdul Carter, this guy is a man amongst boys, and you have to keep in mind, like, these guys are going up against first stringers, maybe not right here in this clip, 7 minutes into the first quarter, but Abdul Carter and this whole Giants defensive line, they obliterated the Buffalo Bills offensive line. And so you see here, because we're about to show you a bunch, he's playing the guard. This next spot, I think it actually might be a completion, but this next angle will give you a much better representation. We'll even skip to it. Here he is. All right. This is Mr. Abdul Carter. I wanted the Giants in my pre-draft mocks to take Shedeur Sanders at the 3rd overall pick. Now, obviously, that ended up aging poorly because he went all the way to the 5th round, which I think was BS. The Giants could not have had probably a better first round. I mean, it's kind of surprising how little it gets talked about. So you're going to see Abdul here just go against 64. I mean, you can't stop this man. So he's already, this offensive lineman, the Bills' right guard, has already lost his foot. And I mean, there's a whole gap right here. Abdul, and we're going to show you a bunch of these from today. You cannot block him. And you can't block him. The fact that this team walked away with Abdul Carter and Jackson Dart, one of the best defensive players in the draft, probably the best defensive player in the draft, and hopefully at like worst a top 3 quarterback in the NFL draft, this team hopefully is set for life or for the long foreseeable future here. Even Russell Wilson looked nice in his first string reps, but let's keep it going. But before we do, hit that like button, hit that sub button for daily NFL content. We post plenty of Giants videos, and yeah, let's get to it. All right, this is one of my favorite clips from the day because it's so subtle. It's so subtle that really only probably Giants fans appreciate this. He's just maneuvering the pocket. Obviously, this is kind of what reminds me of Bo, in the sense of like, these guys are not afraid of jack. And also, Marcus Bo had a really good day. He played a little bit of left tackle. He played a little bit of right tackle. I don't believe we have any isolated clips. We're waiting on the all-22. But this is crazy, and I'm sure Brian Dable isn't the happiest guy out here for his starting quarterback, or his eventual starting quarterback, to be just getting hit like that. But this is him showing off his wheels, and I just love a quarterback, like Jackson Dart, where he kind of looks like he's playing in college again. He's looking very decisive, whether it's with, his arm, and we're about to show you more, whether it's with his feet, we're about to show you more. This kid just looks, and we talk about the eye test. He plays with his legs, he makes smart moves, smart decisions, quick decisions, and even if he's going against the second stringer, like this is, obviously this is the second quarter, all right? We're halfway through the second quarter. It's first week of preseason. You're not going against any Bill starters here. Look at that. That's Dable's probably pissed. But the eye test never fails. And what did your eye test tell you when Jackson Dart went 12 and 19 for 154 yards, 1 touchdown, and no interceptions today? Everyone agrees, pretty much everyone agrees, he looks like the real deal, all right? Now, one thing that needs to be said, took me way too long to even mention this, there's no Malik Neighbors, right? There's no Darius Slayton in here. So when Russell Wilson was ripping it with the first string, and, you wouldn't have even seen Jackson Dart ripping with Malik Neighbors or what have you because of the first team reps on the first drive. This is one thing people don't understand about the New York Giants, but Giants fans have picked up on this in the last few years. Everyone clowns on your GM for essentially just getting rid of Saquon Barkley. And sorry to even mention his name. The draft, like, this guy knows how to draft. And you're looking at a 7th rounder here, Thomas Fidone II out of Nebraska. He's like 6'6", like 265 pounds. Here's the thing. I don't think NFL, this sounds so stupid to say out loud, I don't think the NFL really gets drafting tight ends good. Like, I feel like they mess it up a lot. This guy's wingspan is crazy, but what was really cool about this, because he finished with 3 catches, 22 yards on 3 targets, and this is just a 2-point attempt. Otherwise, it would have been a touchdown. Now, here's the thing. You guys got Theo Johnson late last year. You got Tyrone Tracy late last year as well. The tight end room's loaded. And I'm a little bit worried because you have so many tight ends. Theo Johnson really came alive last season. And here's the thing. This guy is drafted in the 7th round. He started the game. I don't have it available, but he started the game with, I think it was a false start. And Dable's pissed. Dable calls him out. He gets benched for a little bit. And then we see him come back out here and he starts to turn it on. We even have one more that I'll show you. This guy's wingspan is nuts. All right, so here's kind of what I mean. And DeVito really won this game for the Giants. He did a great job in the 4th quarter. This is 4th down. You can kind of see it. Yeah, you can see it on the screen. This is a 4th down. Now, this is Thomas Fidone II. And here's what you're going to see. First off, some pressure. A little bit of pressure. He's going to throw it up. Look at that. Again. Like, he does it again. The wingspan is nuts. And so you guys, I'm sure, have been seeing it all summer, rookie minicamp, training camp, what have you. He's been getting some videos. He's been making some highlights. He's been making plays. At the wingspan like that, with the ability to catch the football like that, I think especially after this game, he's making the roster. I don't think he was ever really not going to make the roster, but I'm just saying, you guys know how to draft. Now, I'll finish it off with one more Abdul Carter clip because he's just different. All right, this is against Deion Dawkins, a.k.a. what did he just make? His 3rd Pro Bowl? Originally, you can't see him at this video, but you're about to see him in a second. So there he is, making his move. I mean, it's crazy. This is I believe Deion is a 3-time, I believe he just this past season got his 3rd bid to an All-Star. And he just makes a nice little move, and he's getting pushed right there. This guy's a disruptor. He's a game wrecker. I mean, you know all the adjectives, all the buzzwords, but like we knew he's the real deal. Everyone knows he's going to be the real deal, but it's just one thing to actually see it. Same thing kind of applies with Jackson Dart, but more so Abdul, because he's just got that, the way he was viewed heading into this draft, the way he was viewed last year moving to edge. The guy's just on a different plane. He truly is. But it's really cool to just see it all come to fruition, even if it is, 2nd team reps or whatever or in the first game of preseason. It's just cool to see it all come together because we've talked about it all summer. So, folks, that is it for tonight. I hope you enjoyed it. As always, hit that like button, hit that sub button for daily NFL content. Give me all your thoughts. Give me your grade rating on Jackson Dart down below. And everything good, bad you saw from the Giants game today. Thank you for watching. Peace.